Yo, 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 what's up, good people? This your boy, Hoom Boom, and this is the Hold Up Show. Love and light to everyone. Hope you are having a good Maniac Monday. Hope you are not letting the Matrix get you too down. You feel me? Hope everyone got up and praised God for opening their eyes and helping them to see another blessed day that He has made. Also, hope you got in your affirmations to plant the seeds for your future and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I hope when you left your house, you left in good spirits and you are leading with love, because that is the most powerful vibration you can give. It's right up there with authenticity, you know what I mean? Being your authentic self and expressing love is the highest vibration that a human could give off frequency wise to, not only connect with the divine, but to leave a gracious and lasting impression on the people that they come in contact with. You know what I mean? It's another hot one out here, but doesn't really bother me, As you can see, I got a little crispy, you know what I mean? Couple shades darker, you know what I mean? I ain't a light bright no more, I'm just red. Just red. Just a red dude. If I was Indian, that would be my Indian name. Little red dusty toe. You know what I mean? Although, it might be some Indian in my blood, Who knows, man? Who knows, They lied to us about everything else. Why would I believe they're telling the truth about DNA tests or, lineage research and stuff like that? So, whatever. Hope everybody got a good night of rest, had a good weekend, enjoyed the cool down while they had it and all that good stuff. Me, I'm just loving the healing process that I'm going through, loving all of the things that I have been discovering about myself, whether they have been toxic traits that I worked on to change within myself, or just hidden talents, hidden strengths, just appreciating some of the qualities that I may have already recognized in myself, and just loving the fact that I was born with those qualities, or that I developed them through the experiences that I had in life and all that good stuff. Also loving this connection that I have with spirit and what I have with the divine creator, Thank Him every day for saving my life. Thank Him every day for revealing my enemies. Thank Him every day for giving me discernment, the ability to be clairvoyant, clairsentient, just all of that, all of the spiritual gifts that He has laid upon me, that has, whether recognized or unrecognized, has saved me for making terrible mistakes throughout my life of learning through trial and error and just trying to become a better man, a better person. And, you know, still on my mission to help people, you know, recognize the strength within them, that they can change and that they can overcome anything, and that whatever they are going through is temporary. You know, long as you have the faith within yourself and the faith within the divine creator, you will make a way. You will overcome any obstacle or be strong enough to move it out your way. I just find myself becoming more and more comfortable in my vulnerability of talking to the people. So, you know, oh shit. Sorry about that. But for the most part, you know, there was times that I would feel a bit of anxiety or a bit of anxiousness before hitting the record button, because, you know, whatever I got to say, it's not like it's rehearsed or anything like that. You know, I just try to get on here and just speak from the heart and let the heart, you know, guide whatever this segment or this video is going to be intended to talk about. Because at this point in my life, I just want to be genuine with whatever I do, whatever actions I take, whatever time I spend around whoever I spend my time around. That it just be rooted in gratitude and good intentions. You know, whether or not, you know what I mean, me speaking my truth or me revealing my healing journey, as well as my spiritual awakening, Kundalini journey. You know, even though I don't share everything that I've experienced as far as, you know, the divine waking me up to the spirit realm and all the gifts and talents and awareness that I have in that world that I was not paying attention to or was not, I guess, tapped into. And just trying to vibrate something different for folks, you know. We see so much of the same and so much of the BS being expressed out here in the world, and people faking for the gram, and, you know, just trying to portray things that they are not, or you know, a lot of faking it till they actually make it to be whatever they were faking in the first place. I don't know, that's just something I'll never understand, you know, because if you ain't being yourself and you're playing a character, you know, eventually that character will weigh on you, unless that character is you, you know. Like I remember seeing an interview of Puffy, saying that, when he's in the office or when he's doing certain things or when he was with his kids or whatever, he had to be Sean Combs. And then when he get in other certain situations, he had to be Puff Daddy or P. Diddy or whatever moniker or persona he was embodying for that moment. But then it got to a point to him that he couldn't turn it off. He couldn't turn off the persona. Like his whole lifestyle became immersed in being Puffy, P. Diddy, or whatever, right? And it seems like that eventually became a detriment to, some of the stuff that he's got going on with himself right now. And I only bring that up because that also becomes a detriment to regular folks, that are portraying something that they are actually not. Like, eventually you trying to uphold some reputation of a character you created, eventually this is just going to eat your insides. It's going to drain your spirit. It's going to tear you down. And you're either eventually going to have a mental breakdown, or you're going to drop the act and start to embrace the real you and start to learn to love, accept, and be one with the real you. You know what I'm saying? What you should have been doing the whole time. Like, it's okay to be influenced by people that you look up to, but to try to fully immerse or embody a character that of an array of influences that you've come across to, build some type of shield for yourself, it's just eventually going to hurt you in the end. It's like, and then like another thing, I've talked to a couple people that have been through things in life, whether it be breakups, divorces, job changes, lifestyle changes, location changes, whatever that may be, right? Sometimes you have to continue with the changes. Sometimes people just like to cool out for a minute. Like they like, you know what I'm saying? Like how I smoke weed, right? There was always periods in my life that I would stop for a couple months or so, whether if it was just for the purpose of trying to find new employment or to upgrade my salary status, or just to give my lungs and my body time to recover, relax, and rejuvenate, those cells that I might be burning away, from daily smoking or whatever, right? Because too much of anything, any herb, any vitamin, just too much of anything will be a detriment to you. And I think sometimes when people go through traumatic things and they implement certain things in their life to help them get through the traumatic situations, I don't think you should go back to being whatever that old you was, you know what I mean? Or like when you start to feel better, or you start to come out of that fog of, being in a sunken place, and I don't think you should get out there and start or revert back, or start doing things that you used to do, like, because I think eventually it's just going to take you back down that trail that you just dug yourself out of, or is eventually going to put you in situations that could possibly put you back in that sunken place that you just dug yourself out of. So I think, like, once you've made changes, that you should fully pivot and fully embrace those changes and carry them with you throughout your new life after you healed from a situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you look behind you and you look in front of you and you're still on that same road, you know where that road goes. You know it goes around in a circle. You know it's going to eventually end you up back at a destination that you don't want to be at. It's time for you to hit the other lane or take another exit and jump into that unknown, or jump into that, something that will not be the same, that it'll have a different impact or a different effect on your life. I strongly believe that, because I look at it like, every time I've quit smoking and maybe I picked it back up, I never picked it back up in the same way. Like, I never had the same amount of frequency of use. I never I always, even with like the quality, I tried to stay away from lower quality weed or stuff like that. Like, I tried to do better, do something different, or just change it up. You know what I'm saying? Until eventually, like, I guess the goal would be to eventually completely try to phase it out of my life. Or just cut it down to the minimalist of levels, so wherever, as though it's really only on a holiday, birthday, or something to that type of occasion. And not more of a, I need to smoke a blunt for happy hour instead of drinking a beer because this is herb and that's poison and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean? Even though I think they done GMO'd the weed up something severe, but if they ain't GMOing that up, they definitely poisoning the wraps. So but there is one thing I wanted to get on here and talk about, and that is sleeping with or befriending the enemy. When you look at life and you've talked to some of other people that have had experiences, whether good or bad, in a relationship or marriage, or even in friendships or collective group settings that, you know, that you may have been in for X amount of years or X amount of time. That a lot of times people don't even realize that they have befriended or that they are in a relationship with the enemy. That they are literally sleeping in the bed with someone who doesn't like them. And they might have loved them at one point in time, but the love is gone because of jealousy, resentment, or some sort of just twisted revenge. Or it's like weird. Like, it's like, just from my own experiences, I literally now know that it is a very, very thin line between love and hate that people like to teeter on to their benefit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they could love things you do to them, or for them, or how you make them feel, or what you can provide. But then in the same breath, they could hate you for those things that you do, and how you make them feel, or what you can provide, or, you know, it's a very tricky psyche of, I would think of unhealed people, because I don't think any healed people would be in a relationship or even tolerating somebody that they feel so love and hate for, so wishy-washy with emotions, right? And that, even with friends, like even with your friend, like, you could have friends that just secretly hate you, but, you know, the handshakes ain't matching the smiles and things like that. Like they may have love for you, or they may have had love for a version of you, but as time goes on, or as circumstances change, that love becomes hate or resentment because of maybe the mirror you flash upon them of what they didn't do in their life, or what are maybe people don't see them how they see you, and, you know, whatever the case may be, right? Who knows, right? Because I've never been the type of person to sit around somebody that I don't like, you know what I mean? So I don't know necessarily what that feels like. I just know I've been on the receiving end of it, you know what I mean? Where people that don't like me would be around me, or, you know what I'm saying? And I just chalked it up as because of, you know, the energy that I'm in and the access that I provide to them, to certain things, or maybe even to certain people, or maybe even how they're perceived standing next to me. You know what I'm saying? Whether in a relationship or whether in a friendship, you know, whether however it goes, you know what I'm saying? Like people I consider friends, I like to check in with them because I just like to see what's up with them. I would like them to know that you are on my mind and I'm thinking about you without me needing something from you, or without me calling for a favor or money or whatever. Like, I be wanting my friends to know that we are genuinely friends. If you didn't have a pot to piss in, and a window to throw it out of, and a bum for it to land on, I'm still your friend. And I'm still going to ride out for you regardless of whatever you think you need to have or don't have at the current time or whatever, right? But through some of the situations and some of the circumstances that I've been through, and when I started to question myself of why I was still entertaining certain relationships or still befriending certain people, that's when it got real for me. And it would be like, why am I around this chick? This chick ain't gonna change. I gave this individual X amount of years or X amount of time to show that they are someone that can be built with, or that they can learn how to build, right? And I've got enough information and I got enough evidence to show that that will never be them, that will never, that it's a lost cause for what I'm looking for to move forward with the individual, right? That this person is a lost cause, right? Regardless of whatever else that I may like about them, it's not outweighing what I don't like. So there's no need to dwell in this energy or have this energy dwell in my energy when I'm on to other things. And it'd be like the same thing with friends. It'd be like, why am I hanging with these niggas, right? These niggas don't possess any of the same attributes that I possess. They don't have the same ambitions. They don't, we're not on the same frequency. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not into the same things. We're in the same things that we are into. They're childish things, right? Right? Things that at the end of the day, I could let go of, or I could do in my spare time when I feel like it. But will I let those things interfere with my progress, my growth, or my finances? No. So, you know what I mean? It's always good to just sit and evaluate the company you keep. Are these people assets or liabilities? Are they liable to have me in some bullshit, or are they an asset that may bring an idea or bring a support or a hustle to a situation that I may be trying to accomplish? Or vice versa, could I be something, you know, be an asset to help propel my friend to a higher level because I want to see them win, or whatever the case is, like even with your partner, right? And if most of those answers are no, you need to reevaluate your circle. You need to release those niggas. You need to let them go off and be great at whatever they want to be great at, right? And just for me personally, you know, I had to learn, I had to come to a realization that I had a loyalty issue. You know what I'm saying? I had an issue giving too much loyalty to the wrong individuals, or just giving my loyalty to the wrong individuals, period. Like, so loyalty can be a detriment to your life, you know what I mean, if you're giving it to the wrong individuals. And I knew I was giving loyalty to the wrong individuals for sentimental values, not for the betterment of my life. You know what I mean? Because it used to be older niggas that I would hang around and I gave loyalty to, thinking that I would learn something, or thinking that I could propel, or they could propel, or we could propel each other to higher levels. But that wasn't the case. And soon as I seen that these older motherfuckers never wanted me to do better than them, I had to let that situation go. It's like, oh yeah, you could do good. I'll help you do good for a period. But if I feel as though you got a chance to do or be better than me while me helping you, oh, I can't have that. So it's like, it was nothing to let those motherfuckers go. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't a sentimental history there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a, you know what I mean? The word escapes me at the time, but I hope y'all are understanding what I'm trying to say. Like, there wasn't a like, the connection only went but oh so deep because there was always an eyebrow raised at these type of individuals because there was no sentimental value there, right? Whereas though, like, other people, you might not have that eyebrow raised because you have that sentimental love and loyalty to them. But now I learned that you gotta have an eyebrow raised to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't even give that type of blind loyalty to people because of sentimental or what is the other adjective I'm looking for, but just because of those that history, you can't do it no more, because people ain't shit. People ain't shit. So I urge everybody to do an evaluation of your life, whether it's every 6 months or whether it's every 3 months. Check your connections. Why are you talking to these people? Do they love you like you love them? Will they do the things that you would do for them? Would they do those things for you? You know what I'm saying? And if any of those things are no, you have to let that shit go. You have to fall back from the situation. You have to fall back from the situation, right? Or, you know, you could be pouring into cups till your cup is empty, and if you see that you gotta go somewhere else to get your cup filled and not from the people, not from the cups that you were filling, it's time to let that shit go. You feel what I'm saying? Because you very well could be in the midst of enemies, sleeping with the enemy, befriending enemies. And it's like a very, it's a very, very tricky thing. It's a very, very tricky thing, because I've been in other relationships where my girl was jealous of me, or was just jealous of my life. And it's like, bitch, are you retarded? You're with me. We are supposed to be one. I am supposed to build you up. You are supposed to build me up. No, these motherfuckers were Hercules in the house, but in the streets were kicking my back in. And it was like, bitch, do you not know I represent you, but you're out in the streets kicking my back in for what good reason? You're looking to tear me down for what good purpose? Because you're ready. Is it you're ready to move on? Because if you're ready to move on, just move on. There's no need to tear down an individual to move on. So that's where you're like, what's really your issue? What's really the problem that you would hold on to something you don't love or like? And that shit baffles me. That shit baffles me. Like, I know why certain niggas would hang around people they don't like, because they're getting something out of it. They're getting access to something. They're getting, you know, whatever it may be, you know, weed, alcohol, access to borrow money, or access to other people through this person. Like, there's an array of shit why a nigga would hang around somebody they don't like, right? And it's all mostly for the selfish benefit of themselves, right? And we know, we've heard the stories of why wives don't leave husbands, or married niggas they don't really love because they got X amount of dollars, or they could provide this, that, and the third, or whatever. And yes, you're setting yourself up for bad karma. Like, and you should sit in it. If that's your, you know what I'm saying? If that's your case, you should sit in it, right? Because you went into something, you went into a marriage union or a relationship for your own selfish needs. And once you sucked enough of those needs up, you are looking for the exit. But if a motherfucker did that to you, oh, woe is me. Oh, he was just using me and manipulating me. He's a womanizer. Oh, he only liked me in December because he knew tax time was coming up. And then by March or April, he was gone once the money was gone. Oh. It's like, sis, if you do that every year, you're into that. You like that toxic cycle. You like repeating that. You like, you know what I'm saying? You might be better at evaluating whoever you want to spend that toxic time with in that cycle, but it's the end result is once the money goes, the nigga goes, or once the money goes, the chick goes, or however the case may be. So you're still living the same cycle, you know what I mean? You just, I guess, picking someone that you would better want to go through the cycle with. I don't know, like, it's still retarded at the end of the day when you think about it. You know, what's the definition of insanity? Continuing to keep doing the same things over and over, expecting a different result. And it's like, you're not getting different results, so you might want to try something different. I'm just saying. And it's like, I know for men, you know, once we start to see enough of the things we don't like, we start to limit access to things in hopes that the counterpart would get the hint or catch up. And if they don't catch up, then we just leave. Like, we just straight up leave, right? Or, yeah, we straight up leave. Like, start entertaining other people looking to leave, right? Or at least that's what I was doing. But I should have just straight up left, you know what I mean? Because I was investing in my own karma, so to say, right? Like, no matter what I felt as though I was being honest in my position about, and honest about what I wanted from a certain individual, after a while of not getting it, and then me just turning toxic in my own right, I was building my own karma that I have to deal with. I had to answer for it. I had to look in the mirror and say, you caused this, so now you clean it up. And thank goodness that I had God and I had my grandparents help me through there, because there was no one else. There was no one else. There was no one else. When you would think that there would be other people, but there was no one else. And it was like, you know, that was another realization I went through. Like, man, whew, I must be a terrible person out here in these streets. The way I got deserted, or the way that I got talked about behind my back, man, I must be Hitler or somebody. I must be something vicious out here, boy. Please tell me, please show me somebody I did dirty. Please show me. Please show me somebody that I did dirty. Cause, whew. And I heard a saying, it doesn't happen to you, it's happening for you. And when I learned that all the people that I repelled, and realizing that I was befriending and sleeping with the enemy, and when all those motherfuckers got repelled, and when all shit hit the fan and it was just me, I understood that it was happening for me, for my higher self, for my greater good. Because now if I'm not only am I pulling my power back and reserving my energy and pouring more into myself, I'm also growing and learning strength through God. Personal, inner strength that was there, but I never had to use it to recognize that it was there. You know, I mean, I have throughout my life, just in different situations, just not to this level or degree, you know. And it's like, when you find out it's not happening to you, it's happening for you to discover and remember who you are, because you could immerse yourself into building up others that were not. When you looked over under your feet, you see that, man, ain't no bricks being built under me. Whatever bricks is under me, I put there. And you look over, like, the bricks under these people, most of them I put there. Oh, let me start taking some of my bricks back and putting them under me. You know what I'm saying? Start putting yourself on the pedestal and on the path to find your greatness, instead of trying to be a genuine person and help others achieve their greatness while you're also seeking your own. You know what I mean? And it's like, I can go on Facebook, I can go on Twitter or X, I can go on Instagram, and you can see a bunch of domestic violence cases that turned into murder, or best friend, or, you know, I call it the movie Juice, the Juice syndrome, where someone in the crew finds out someone else was backstabbing or doing them dirty, and they fucking killed them, and they went to jail. Or so-and-so and his girl is arguing on live, and he just went and murdered the chick. And once she said something a little too slick in public for him, that he didn't have the emotional intelligence to be able to handle, process, or walk the streets with people knowing, kills her. Or she waits after the argument is over and this motherfucker closes his eyes and she stick him with the knife in his neck and whatever, right? We all seen them. We all heard the cases. We all know. And then they come to find out, when you hear during the argument or you hear during whatever, you would think that these is two strangers that one bumped into the bumper of somebody else, you know, of one of their cars, and it set off this reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would talk about each other like they never had any love for each other. It's like, how did y'all even get married? How did y'all even have a kid? How did it even get this far? How did it even get this far? That you didn't like or love this nigga no more. You should have left. Don't tell me you can't leave, because that nigga gotta go to work. You gotta go to work. You got a lunchtime. He got a lunchtime. Whatever the case may be, you could make it happen with getting yourself out of danger. You could get off work, call the police, have them escort you to wherever the fuck you live, and have them watch over you while you gather your shit and you get ghost. The person don't even know where to have to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So all that, I need them for the bills, or I need her for the bill, or I need them for a ride to work, or what, like whatever the case of the situation is. If you don't love or like the individual no more, bust a move. Why would you stay to the detriment of you or that person? Like, doesn't make any sense. Or if you don't like an individual and he ain't the type of person you want to be around, leave him. Stop talking to him. Delete the number. Stop texting. Whatever. Love you from afar, right? You don't owe anybody anything. Every time you open up your eyes for another great awakening that the Lord has provided you with and blessed you with, you have a chance to start your life over again. You have a chance to start from zero and rebuild everything you want in your life to change. That means your girl, that means your friends, that means the places you go, that means the employment that you have, that means whatever you are aspiring to be or no longer desire to be. You can change it the moment you open your eyes for that new awakening. It is the free will that the divine creator has blessed you with. So if you are out here continuing to use your free will for the detriment of other people, you are building bad karma. And you are going to have to answer for that karma, because it is going to come to bite you in your ass. Take it from me. Take it from me. I know firsthand I know secondhand, and I know enough from seeing a bunch of shit on the internet of people's shit that's, I ain't gonna say that it was worse than mine, because I ain't seen nobody deal with a kitchen witch, but you get what I'm saying. Their shit ended worse than mine, because I didn't, you know what I mean? Because I'm not throwing away my life for bums. It's just not happening. It's just never happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love me too much. I look at him like, man, you is a fly ass nigga. Ain't no way in hell you ever throwing away your life for nobody but you. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't get it sometimes. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't even like Fords, but I'm built for tough. I'm built for tough. Like, for tough. It's like so much lack of emotional intelligence out here in the world. And most of it comes from these broken homes of not having two parents. And even if the parents was there, if they're not engaged with their kids to walk them through having emotional intelligence, to help them find the strength within themselves to overcome a pain or a heartache or a betrayal or, you know, a mistake of their own. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I did something that to somebody that I loved, and they didn't like it, man, my heart was in turmoil. Like, I was in my own pain, even though if they didn't even feel like it was that serious or they got over it or whatever, I would still be feeling it in me. It would still be bothering me. And I'm the one who did it. There's another thing that I had to learn to not give a fuck about, you know what I mean? Because if I ain't around them to know what feelings got hurt or didn't get hurt, I wouldn't care. And at this point, I don't care. It makes me know, never mind. Like, throw your fucking feelings out the window. Who gives a shit, right? Because I have no malicious intent or bad intentions for anybody. So if I hurt your feelings or offended you, it was purely by accident. Like, purely by accident. Like, I talk in sarcasm, but there's never nothing malicious about it. Like if you can't handle the truth about yourself or the truth of anything being said around you, then I'm definitely not the nigga you should be around. I'm not him. If I keep rubbing you wrong like a Brillo pad because you can't handle the rawness, then you need to skedaddle quickly. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to get on here and I just wanted to talk about, you know what I mean, sleeping with or befriending the enemy. Evaluate your circles, evaluate your relationships. Why are you doing the things that you are doing? Is it helping you on your path to heal? Is it helping you become a better person? Is it helping you elevate yourself to the next level? You need to drop that shit. Drop it. Right where it stands. Drop it. And don't look back. And don't whatever. Who cares, right? Because no one's going to care about your pain like you. So again, I hope this helps someone on their healing journey or helps them recognize something within themselves or in their world or that's going on around their world that they could change to help better themselves or better someone else, or they could carry the message to that person. This is all with love, people. It's all with love. Because I don't hate anybody. I don't care enough to hate anyone anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care it just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, it's your boy Hoom Boom. This is the Hold Up Show, and we are no longer holding up for anybody. Be your authentic self. Keep it real with yourself so you could be able to keep it real with the world. The change starts within and it vibrates without. It's not what you put on you and hope it seeks inside. It always starts inside and vibrates out. So, love is love, love and light. Hashtag he saved me. Hashtag faith. Hashtag the grass is always greener on God's side.